أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم وصلي عليه. Welcome dear students to virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the class for English for grade 9. The name of the book is The English Grammar and Composition for 9 and 10 class. Today is lecture number 8 in the row. Today's topic is paragraph writing. First, I will give you some explanation, the details, and then we'll discuss the sample paragraph 6 to 10. I'm Adnan Sabir Mirza, your English language teacher. We shall begin now. First of all, it is the definition of paragraph. It is in the background. It is hard to read it, but we'll see it in the coming slides. What is a paragraph? A group of sentences is called a paragraph. It should have a clear main idea, supporting information. Supporting information means the idea should be followed with relevant supporting information. It should be a part of a longer composition as well. Means if you are discussing any particular from a composition or an essay is a group of paragraphs, whereas a paragraph is only a paragraph, only a rectangle. Okay, it is a miniature essay. It is a small essay. It is a paragraph is in itself full essay in a short form. Here it is. A paragraph is often defined as a group of related sentences in which one single main idea is developed. In a typical paragraph, the first sentence declares the main topic of the paragraph, like cleanliness. So the opening sentence will tell about uh, the paragraph, the main topic, and the rest of the sentences develop or support the main idea. A paragraph is most often a part of a longer composition comprising of several paragraphs. So it is not several paragraphs, it is only one paragraph. It is part of the several paragraph or a composition. Like this definition is written in one paragraph. So if we start from a new line after giving a gap or giving a new tab, the distance from the left to start a new paragraph, it is called a new paragraph. A good paragraph has unity, support, coherence, good language, variety of structures. Unity. Unity means one idea is united with the other, and it is supported with different arguments, ideas, and coherence. It should be relevant. There should be logic in it. Like if you are talking about the cleanliness, you will not talk about the other things like discipline or it can be sporting, but you cannot talk about inflation. The coherence means it should be related to the topic. Good language. Good language means your expression, your vocabulary should be uh, impressive. Actually, you are showing your writing skills. your writing style, your vocabulary, your expression, and your presentation. The variety of structures means you can use active and passive both. Like he was eating mangoes, or mangoes were eaten by him. So you have to impress the reader, the teacher, with the grip of your uh, language structure. Unity, one main idea, which is the given one, the topic sentence, other sentences should spoke. I'll give you the same example. Like we are talking about cleanliness, so we can start it. Cleanliness is the half of the faith. Now this is the topic sentence, because cleanliness, we are talking about the importance of cleanliness. So we'll add other sentences in support of it. So, like we can say, our religion also teaches us about the cleanliness. We pray 5 times following the wuzu. That is very much important for the spiritual and bodily cleanliness. So the ideas should be supporting. So there should be unity, coherence, well organized and detailed. Well organized, detailed. Spatial, spatial, that is according to the available space. Means you have to follow the specific guidelines for the word limit. Uh, in your level, in class 9 level, a paragraph is of 5 marks, and you are supposed to write 80 to 100 words for 5 marks. So you should uh, follow the word limit, the space limit. Chronological, it should be sequential, sequence one by one, like one sentence and the other is in support of it, support of it. That is the coherence. Also discuss the importance of the topic, and logical, it should be logical. A clear, sensible connection and linkers, connectors. Use these skills. So these are just, when you keep it in mind, you will automatically do the best is available. Paragraph writing is very important. That's why I'm telling you its salient features. Rearrange. Now, in this example, we'll show you the importance of coherence. There are 7 sentences I will read you. Then I will show you how rearranging or the coherence or the sequence is important for the paragraph writing. Means first thing should be written in the first. We have discussed earlier that the main topic should be the first sentence of the paragraph. Then there should be supporting sentences. Then there should be details in it. Now see, it contains, of course, the meaning of difficult words. Number 2, one of the most important reference tools that you must possess is a dictionary. It also gives you the pronunciation of the words. You do possess one paragraph, but I doubt whether you are aware of different kinds of information it contains. The dictionary can be referred to for the various grammatical forms of the words. Every college dictionary should provide, sorry, should provide at least these four kinds of information about words, namely pronunciation, meaning, grammatical patterns, and usage. Number 7, finally, a good dictionary contains illustrative sentences or phrases showing how words are actually used. Now you see, there is no coherence. One sentence is about, you will see. Now you see, I've arranged this for you. One of the most important reference rules that you must possess is the dictionary. This is the topic sentence. This is about the dictionary. So you should start it from here. So these 7 sentences have been rearranged. Number next, I've given you in the left corner the previous sequence of the sentences, but now we have a new numbering, new arrangement. But you will see, you will feel. I want you to feel how the sequence should actually be. You do possess one paragraph, but I doubt whether you are aware of different kinds of information it contains. It contains, of course, the meaning of difficult words. It also gives you the pronunciation of the words. Now you see the third sentence, it contains, of course, and now it also, the fourth sentence is linked with the third one. Next, the dictionary can be referred to for the various grammatical forms of the words. Now again we have details. Finally, a good dictionary contains the illustrative sentence or phrases showing how words are actually used. This is the closing. Now the conclusion is every college dictionary should provide at least 3-4 kinds of information about words, namely pronunciation, meaning, grammatical pattern, and usage. Further, now you see. Sentence number 1. One of the most important reference tool that you must possess is the dictionary. Next is, you do possess one paragraph, but I doubt whether you are aware of the different kinds of information it contains. Now the important reference, it is linked with one paragraph. And kinds of information, different kinds of information. What kind of? It contains, of course, meaning of difficult words. Now the third sentence is referring to the second, and it contains, of course, the meaning of what it contains, the meaning of difficult word, and it also gives the pronunciation. The fourth one is also connected. Now next is, the dictionary can be referred to the for the various grammatical forms of the words. And then finally a good one. Now he is going to the final conclusion, and also the final conclusion that at least these 4, you can see the important links connected with the arrows with the red words. Okay, every college dictionary should provide at least 4 kinds of information about the words, namely pronunciation, meaning, grammatical, and pattern usage. So this is how a paragraph should be interconnected and coherent. These are the linkers. Earlier we discussed that there should be linkers. Cause and effect linkers are as a result, because, hence, since, so. These can be when you are giving the causes and effects, and when you are discussing the difference between things, although, but, however, instead, though. When you are stressing on the importance, at first, last, least, most important, next. And when you are discussing the place, above, around, behind, here, nearby. Similarities, also, another, and in addition to, like. This shows the similarities. Now about the time, after, before, then, when, finally, etc. Students, these improve your expression, and these are logical words. You must learn them and you must understand them. Everything is not for learning, something is for understanding. You must understand that these are important things about the feelings. More legal. Above all, additionally, although, apart from, besides, especially. There are two words, especially and specially. Even, for example, for instance, furthermore, further, fortunately, in contrast. In other words, in this case, in the same way, in spite of, indeed, more importantly, moreover, of course, on the contrary, on the other hand, surely, similarly, such, thus, whereas, whereas, etc. Now, the support. Supporting ideas, evidence, example, and details. You should support your main ideas with the supporting ideas, with the giving the evidence and examples, and then you can elaborate. Actually, you can write many things, but you have to refine the. So, so I will give you what to do, how to plan it. But these are the ingredients. These are the parts. These are the part and parcel of the paragraph. Good language. A paragraph must have a good language to make it impressive. Whenever you impress others, others appreciate. Grammatical accuracy. When there is a mistake of the grammar or punctuation, punctuation should be good. Apt vocabulary. Vocabulary should be very good. Variety of structures. So every good thing makes a good impression, whereas every mistake uh, give a bad impression to the examiner. So practice makes man perfect and woman too. So this is a wise saying. So when there is a need of a full stop and you do not put, or you put comma, and when there is a need of capital letter or a small letter is needed and you are making mistakes, it also adds to the uh, uh, accountability of your work. This is not only for paragraph, but throughout your English compulsory paper, it is important. And in every subject, it applies. In the whole life, it is applied. Whenever you make mistakes, it gives bad impression. So be accurate, be perfect. At least one should try to be. Types of paragraph. There are 4 types of paragraph. Descriptive, to describe the thing. To tell, to describe. Narrative, to express or to entertain, like narrate, to tell a story, like that is the narrative. Expository, to inform or to explain. Persuasive, to influence or to persuade. So these are the 4 types. When you have a topic in front of you, you should distinguish what in which category you are doing. Process of writing. Gather, organize, draft, edit, and for the professional they publish. But you will edit and then re-edit if you have time. This is the professional room of the writers. Gather relevant information. When you are given a topic like cleanliness, you will collect all relevant information on a piece of paper. Organize meaningful sequence. Then you plan how you will put the opening sentence, then how you will organize step by step. Then draft. You will write a rough draft, first draft. Then when you give it a second reading, you will check, you will revise and refine. If there is a need of rewriting across it, and then write it again. Or otherwise, if it is not dirty, it is not overwritten or cuttings and lipids and all this, you should avoid bad impression. Similarly, if you go to a party, you should look good and smell good as well. When you are so curious about your appearance, your credibility, you should be more keen about your uh, presentations in writing, in paragraph writing, in essay writing, in story writing, in letter writing, in answering the questions, not only in English language, but in every subject. Be cautious, be careful. Now, students, we have a few paragraphs, para number 6 to 10. So these actually reflect whatever we have written. These are in your textbook. You are supposed to write them in your note books carefully, cleanly, neatly, and learn them. If you, it is a saying that if you can't beat them, join them. If you are not able to produce your own essays, why don't you learn what they have written? So here we have some sample paragraphs. If they come, you should write them as it is. They are very good written. They are very good piece of vocabulary. They are coherent. They are concise. They are relevant. They have a good vocabulary, perfect punctuation. There are no grammatical mistakes, and so on. So learn it or produce equal to them. Okay. So by practice, you will be able one day, inshallah, to do like this. A river in flood. So this is the narrative paragraph. Last summer, I happened to be in my village about 20 miles south of Jhansi. For over a week, the wet spell had been a delightful experience. The rain was driven in sharp bursts by a rushing wind. One morning in the early hours, there went up a cry, water, water. The Chenab was in flood. There was water in a big courtyard. The low-lying part of the village was under 3 feet of water. Panic gripped the whole village. There were bushels on almost every head. Most of the folk started moving through the flooded fields towards the nearby mound. It was a scene of great misery. From the corner of the high mound, I had the first glimpse of the river in flood. The entire area up to the far off road, bridge, and even beyond was just on one sheet of muddy water. Logs were seen floating fast. The trees all around, the trees all round, with half of their trunks in water, stood firm like unfolded umbrellas. Far below, we saw the floating bodies of horses and cows. The flood all around and the floating objects on the water filled our heart with dread. Now, maybe it is more than 100 words, but it is very, very impressive. Look at the expression, look at the vocabulary, look at the coherence, the sequence. Students, you must learn it. This is very important. You can change the name of the village, no problem, because there are many international students. They are not familiar with Jung. That is a very famous but far flung city in Pakistan. That is Jung. But you can use your own cities, like someone uh, from cities from your own countries, no problem. But that is the scene of an emergency. So students, about the word count, when you are finished in the exam of letter writing, or you are practicing in home, you should not count all of the words. You should make a rough idea by taking the average. If you count first three lines, you will find like there are 30 words in three lines. Then you will understand that every line contain 10 words. So if there are 10 lines, there will be 100. So make a speculation like this. So this is also important to save time. Next is a dream. Now everybody dreams, and um, this is the description of a dream. If you are given this abstract topic, how the bookkeeper, the federal board has given you some samples about the dream in paragraph. Paragraph will be of 5 marks, and these 5 marks, if you work for your 5 marks, you will get more marks in every other question, because the things which you have been told or to be careful about, they will give you a very strong boost in your whole life. I promise you. A dream. A couple of nights ago, I had a terrible dream. Strangely enough, I found myself right on the rooftop of a three-story building. It was probably our ancestral house at the Sankhatra, at some any place. That is also a name of a village. I don't know even. The view from the top was magnificent. The far and wide green fields, the winding road, and of the far off misty hills had a perfect setting. Now you see, he is coming to the details now, and they are very sequential. Suddenly, I felt a jolt, and the building began to move sideways like a swing. It was an earthquake jerk. A terrific jerk made the building lean dangerously, and then the top story, along with me, lay on the ground like a fallen tree. I saw it fall so vividly as if I was awake. Luckily, I was not hurt at all. Then I saw a tall, mighty tree. Its leaves and branches disappeared suddenly as if by magic. Its huge trunk began to shake, and then it crashed with a clearing sound. I woke up and felt horrified. I began to recite verses of the Holy Quran, and I felt a bit relaxed in about half an hour. Now the conclusion is relaxing. The details are impressive. The opening is catching. Now you see, everything is in perfect order. Next, how to keep our town clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. We must give a serious thought to this golden truth. Neat and clean environment has a cheerful effect. It is sure sign of civilization. Knowledge is a great blessing of Allah. We are fortunate to have the opportunity to receive education. As school going boys and girls, it is our responsibility to keep our town clean. We ought to develop civic sense. We should not throw fruit and vegetable peels all over the street. A banana or melon peel thrown carelessly on the road can cause a fracture or even death. Plastic, polythene, and wooden items should not be thrown into manholes. Some people say it manhole. That is not manhole, manhole, manhole because man can go inside. A choked gutter spreads filth and stench all over the street. Life becomes miserable. Spitting is another problem as it causes disease and insanitation. We can politely prevent one another from spitting on floors. We should not throw hard things or stones into toilets. We should not be shy of taking a broom and sweeping the littered portion of the street in front of our door. We should take care of sweeping the littered portion of the street in front of our door. We should take care of trees, plants, and flower beds in a park. If we happen to pass by an unattended running water tap, we should stop and close it. As citizens, we should be vigilant and report to the municipality if its staff neglects its duty. We can also add to cleanliness if we sprinkle water in our portion of the road. Dust and pollution can be effectively controlled if every one of us lends a helping hand. God loves people who practice purity and cleanliness. Now, students, you see, that is another example of perfect paragraph. You should not break the para. Conclude it in one para. I say to my students that a paragraph breaking and making a new para will make it in essay, whereas a para is only one para. An industrial exhibition. Now, it will also be perfect piece. An industrial exhibition was arranged in Islamabad in March last year. The intention of the organizers was to exhibit industrial products at one place. The trading community and the general public showed keen interest in the products. Accompanied by my elder brother and sisters, I went round the elegant and brightly lit stalls. Exhibits included textiles and garments, electrical goods, household items, handicrafts, glasswares, furniture, sewing machines, and stainless steel. The Pakistan Railway and WAPDA had put up very informatory stalls. Heavy industrial goods, rollers, water pumps, tube well equipment, motors, fertilizers, and machinery were also on display. Prices of the consumer goods were quite reasonable. Manufacturers were selling their products at reduced rates. Besides, there was food and entertainment stall which attracted the cheerful crowd. My neighbor, my neighbor, Mr. Ashraf Minhas is my immediate neighbor. He's a handsome, middle aged scholar with a vigorous zest for life. He is a real gentleman with a lot of goodwill. You could not wish to meet a more good natured and hospitable man. He likes gardening. His garden is full of flowers in spring. Now you see, one idea is about his gardening um, habit, and the in sport that his garden is full of flowers in spring. Now this is the supporting sentence. Every sentence is very well knitted, very well connected. He invites his neighbors and entertains them warmly. This is about his hospitality. He delights everyone with fond details of lovely flowers and their blooming patterns. Mr. Minhas is an optimist by nature and he never worries himself over trifles. Trifle, small fights. He has a remarkable sense of humor and he gets along well with his neighbors. He has a son and a daughter. They are known for their fine taste and good manners. Thank you. Now, students, you have be with me. Thank you very much for your patience and for your time. Now, I want you to read these paragraphs again, and certainly there are difficult words. I have intentionally not explained the meaning, not told you the meaning of each and every word. I have tried to explain the main theme of the paragraph writing in detail, inshallah. And I hope you will find out the meanings of the difficult words from the dictionary and from the Google. Write these all paragraphs in your notebooks and learn them by heart. This will pave a very long way in your future. Thank you very much. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.